there, welcome back! So as you guys seem to really enjoy the early game tutorial video where I kind of explained what I did and how I did, I decided to go ahead and continue with that series, if I can call it that. So basically here in this video I will be mainly focusing on the mid game and how I follow up that early game that I mentioned. I will link that first video if you didn't see it somewhere, like maybe in the description, or just put in like a little information button. So yeah, as you can see, I do what I told you guys in that video. I did made sure I knew where the forward was, and then I took the picture. And basically how I lead the early game to the middle game is of course you really have to be mindful. By the way, here I unfortunately didn't notice it was actually just 1 second until I could have hit the enchantress if I just tried to hit one more time, but regardless. So basically it's really important to know how to transition from your early game to the middle game. Basically you just have to pay attention to the survivors really well, and first photo word you have to keep mindful. Like here, as you will be able to see, I noticed that I still have tinnitus, and that's why you see me not really chair forward anytime basically that there is like an obvious opportunity to chair, only in the very last second, because the whole through the photo word I saw the tinnitus sign there, and I knew I think either he was following me or another survivor. And as you can see, the no survivors trait pop up right next to tinnitus and the other one. That means, as I mentioned in the previous video, that there is a down survivor in the area. I don't even see their outline, I just know they are there because of that sign. It's a persona talent, and as you guys asked me to, I will try to also make a persona video, detailed persona video of the person I'm currently using if you're interested in that. But basically that's how I knew forward was here, and also because I saw the tinnitus. That's really important, as I said, to pay attention after the first photo word ends, after early game ends, to just see where the survivors are. Like, just I could tell they weren't hiding, that they were about to play like the aggressive one, try to save their mirror or try to maybe stun me, but forward couldn't really go for the stun, I think, and maybe in the last second he decided to hide. But thanks to that persona I managed to locate him. So here you can see me hit him because I still don't have full presence, and this hit gave me the full presence. If you didn't know, you can hit survivors who are on I don't even know the survivor trait's name, but they are like going to go down, but they're still up thanks to borrowed time. That's how you can still hit them and get presence for their hits. So yeah, that's the reason I hit them. As you can see, escapologist replaced the forward, so I had to walk to a different chair. But basically what's really important in your middle game, to keep your first target. I know in some situations that can be confusing, or if you manage to easily down the rescuer instead, that's also fine, but the point is try not to just keep cheering everyone. As you can see here, I used the blink, even though I maybe could have caught up with forward, but I know he has the ball. I know he's like feeling safe because he's feeling like he's body blocked by these couple of so that's why I just had to use the blink to make sure I can down the forward. So that's what I was saying, you really have to focus on getting your first elimination. That's like really something that kind of decides the match almost every time. So what I'm saying is, try to follow after your first down, or first cheering. Try to keep that person, try to go after that person, try to focus on that person, even if it means you're not hitting the rescuer and you're just focusing on getting the hit off of the rescued person. Sometimes, as I said, you can, if it's like an easier target to rescue, or maybe like Mind's Eye has to rescue or an explorer has to rescue, and then it's like really easy to go after them, much easier than maybe after a prospector or some character who's equally strong, like an antiquarian or something. But I think the most secure strategy, at least to at least get a tie, is to always follow up with your first target, your first chair, because then they only need to be chaired twice. Maybe they saved after half, then it's only one time, and basically after you've already had your first elimination, then you already kind of have the tie, because you will probably have enough time to down one person. Even if they are like really getting on with the coding, you can at least get one more, so you already have a tie, which means it's not a loss. You won't lose points, you won't lose character points. So basically that's the most important part, I think, of middle game, is to just keep going after that one survivor who is like first was on chair. Of course, please keep in mind that some survivors are really good kiters. They are really like have the kits to like waste your time. So you have to recognize it. Of course, you have to take pictures. You have to like kind of disrupt the decoding. But something that a lot of people can fail on is trying to, they just lose focus. You know, maybe because there are like two people coming for save, or you can't really just choose one single target. You keep going after everyone. This one gets shared once, then the other one gets shared, then you lose them. You go after the third one. So that's something that the survivors can do to you, and they will waste all of your time, because yeah, maybe you cheered everyone at least once or twice, but they're all alive and they're all like maybe full health or healed, or they could all disappear. So yeah, basically you have to really pay attention to this. You really have to recognize the situation. If you're in a situation where it's worth chasing, because sometimes it's worth going after the character, but as I mentioned in the previous video, you really have to count with the kiting times. You really have to pay attention to the ciphers popping, and if you're feeling like it will take too much time, then yes, you're allowed to change targets, but mainly it's really important to just get your first elimination as soon as possible and do anything that like needs to be done for it, even if it's using your blink, using your skill, anything basically. So that's something that's a crucial point of middle game, to just finalize that first elimination. Of course, hit as many people as possible, try to keep everyone injured. Joseph, as you know, if you don't use teleport, his map presence isn't that strong. This is why it's really important to just have that one single elimination down. Here you can see I'm trying to follow up with the escapologist, but yeah, basically that concludes middle game. Let me know if you guys would like to have a video like this about my end game, or like towards the end game, or rather you want to see the tutorial of my persona. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.